What's going on, everybody? Welcome or welcome back to yet another episode of Gag with Geeks. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Tabitha Brown, see what she has to say. Now, for those of you who may not know who Tabitha Brown is, she started out like making inspirational videos on like YouTube and stuff, and then she went on to be a viral sensation and turned into an entrepreneur. She got like pots and pans and air fryers and all kind of cookware stuff. She got like a deal with Target. And so she was talking about the hard work that it is to be an entrepreneur, and that a lot of people don't really have what it takes to be an entrepreneur because they just don't have that motivation and willing to put in the work. So she's telling them that, if you don't have that motivation, then it's okay to go get you a 9 to 5. And so some people felt some type of way about what she was saying, and that she was demotivating people, and they didn't like what she was saying. But on the other hand, a lot of people was agreeing with her, saying it does take a lot of work to be an entrepreneur, and you do need to go get a job. And it's nothing wrong with getting a job to fund yourself until you make your dreams come true. So we're gonna get into this video, see what Tabitha Brown's talking about, and y'all let me know how y'all feel about it.
Hello there. Real quick, that this is not to discourage you, because I want us to be clear about that first, okay? You kind of been in this place for a long time, okay? Now listen, you got good ideas, baby. You got good ideas. Your execution is not as good, okay? Your follow through, not as good. The ideas though are great. Entrepreneurship, it's not for everybody, and that doesn't mean it's not for you. But right now, these last few months, few years, you know what I'm talking about. Baby, it ain't been working for you, okay? And you doing a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, you done got yourself in some mess, and it's time for you to get a job. You hear me? You just gonna need to get a job for a little while. Okay, it don't mean your ideas ain't good. Okay, it don't mean that maybe one day you could be a good entrepreneur. But you have proven to yourself and everybody else that you owe money to, okay, that it ain't working right now. Okay, it ain't worked for a while. It actually has never worked yet. Doesn't mean it won't ever work. But right now, you need to go to work. You're going to need to get a job, okay? And then keep working towards it. But at least you'll have a job while you are pursuing that thing. But right now, you need to get a job, baby. All right? That's it. I love you.
Now, see, I personally agree with that. I know a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs, but it is nothing wrong with going out there and getting you a job. You have to have a job to fund your lifestyle while you getting started up in, your entrepreneurial businesses or your entrepreneurial endeavors. I don't think what she said was anything wrong with it. A lot of people feel like they too good for a 9 to 5 these days. For the life of me, I don't understand that, because I'm gonna get my behind up and go to my 9 to 5. I'm gonna go work my job. And I'm gonna collect my money. So ain't nobody gonna stop me from getting my money. So what she's saying is true. And cause I tried the whole entrepreneurial thing one time, and I said, you know what, that really wasn't for me. It was very hard work. It was a little stressful. So not saying I'll never go back into it again, but I think what she was saying was right. And my execution was amazing. I was making some pretty good money when I was doing my whole entrepreneurial thing. But I was just like, this is a lot of work. Some people just rather work a regular job and, not have to worry about all that craziness that comes with trying to be an entrepreneur. But, a lot of people had a problem with what she was saying, because a hit dog gonna holler. Like, if you don't have the work ethic, just go ahead and get your 9 to 5. Maybe the whole being an entrepreneur ain't for you, but it's okay to go get your 9 to 5 while you funding your. Because I know a lot of people that's entrepreneurs now, and they still keep them a 9 to 5, because one thing about a 9 to 5, you're gonna have a steady check coming in, and depending on what type of 9 to 5 you got, you're gonna get you some good benefits too. So I don't really see a problem with what Tabitha Brown said, but a lot of people was mixed on how she feels about the whole situation. But let's go ahead, and I think it's another clip in here too. Let's see.
They're going about your business. Okay, have a good night. Tomorrow, have a good day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's him. Don't be mad at me, okay? Hello there, honey. Y'all all right? So listen real quick. Last night I did a video and I was talking to my entrepreneurial spirits and my entrepreneurs, okay? And the word was, honey, it's time to get a little job, okay? Because you ain't got no income coming in. And some folks got upset about that. But let's talk about it, all right? First and foremost, I ain't never gonna tell somebody to give up on their dreams. Never. For the last 8 years, I have publicly shared my journey that I worked while I waited, right? You can have a dream, you can have a goal, you can have a vision that God has given you, and you can still have a job while pursuing it. Do you understand? See, I'm talking to the people who burnt all their bridges up. Baby, you have burnt all your bridges because you refuse to get a little side hustle or a job to have income coming in while pursuing your passion and your dream. I'm not talking about the people who are trying to get jobs. I'm not talking about the people who you do have a little, job and things are still hard. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people who are just like, I ain't gonna get no job. I'm gonna just ask such and such for the money, or I'm gonna do this and this to get the money, instead of trying to literally work while pursuing. Do you understand? I'm talking to the people who just have decided that working is beneath them. That's who I'm talking to, okay? You know who you are. I'm not talking to the people who like, Tab, I didn't try to get a job. Baby, the key word is tried. I'm talking to the people who ain't trying. They know who they are, and you know who they are, okay? We can still pursue our passion and our dreams while working a temporary job that will help us get there. But what we shouldn't do is hurt our family, our friends. We shouldn't burn all our bridges and relationships because we believe so wholeheartedly that that work is beneath us because we have this vision. Baby, we all got good vision. But sometimes, honey, you're gonna have to go and get a little job for a little while so you got a little money coming in so you can pay your own bills. Wow.
So far, y'all let me know, drop down in the comments how y'all feeling about this, because I'm in agreement with her. You can't, so many people out here talking about or thinking that work is beneath them or a little 9 to 5 is beneath them. No, what's beneath me is being broke. I ain't trying to be broke. I got bills out here that need to be paid. So I'm gonna get me a little job while I'm in pursuit of my dream. Like, I like to make content, chasing the whole YouTube dream. But get what? I'm a cap my tail to work and get my coin. And even if my YouTube channel start popping off and I start making money from this, I'm still gonna keep my job. I ain't gonna be one of them YouTube people that gonna quit their job just to do this full time. No, because I got me a good job with benefits, and I'm gonna stay my behind right there and get my coin in that job. So I really don't think what she's saying, it's nothing wrong with what she's saying. You gonna have to go get you a job to fund what you really want to do. Because every entrepreneur knows when you first, start up and get your foot in the door, ain't gonna be no money coming in like that. No, you still need to pay your bills, so ain't nothing wrong with getting you a 9 to 5. Why you still chasing? I really don't see a problem with what she's saying, but a lot of people, they didn't like what she was saying. And a hit dog gonna holler. You ain't got no money coming in, but you think work is beneath you? Please make it make sense.
You're still pursuing your dream and your passion. Nothing is wrong with a job. Especially if you know without the shadow of a doubt that your vision, your dream, God gave it to you, and you see it so clear. If you know that, baby, then you know that a job is temporary. I'm just doing this right now, honey, because I know my thing gonna hit. It's gonna hit. Work while you wait on it to hit. Work while you pursue that thing. Stop burning them bridges. Stop thinking that a little job is beneath you. It's not. We can all work while we wait. I pursue my dreams. I still pursue them, okay? I'm still pursuing. But for over 25 years, right? I pursued my dreams while working jobs that had nothing to do with my dreams. Call centers, staffing agencies, which is temporary employment, nursing homes. I was a caregiver. I worked in retail, Macy's, contract manufacturing, shipping, UPS, fast food. I did court call. I did so many odd jobs because I had responsibilities. Children. I had a husband who is my partner, right? How dare I leave him out to dry, right? I got this dream. I got it. I see it. It's clear, babe. That's what I would tell him. But I also went to work, honey. And I would work jobs for a little while and quit. But I would make sure that I had money to help pay the bills, right? I won't never out here just not having no money coming in because I had this dream. I still always kept a little job or a little side hustle to make sure I could pay my bills while pursuing my passion. Baby, now I would be at work, okay, talking about, oh, I gotta go do this doctor's appointment and go to an audition. Now, I done told them many lies. That was part of my hustle. But I still showed up to work. I still went on back and clocked on in, okay? You name it, Tabitha about did it. While I pursued acting, while I pursued entertainment. Baby, drove Uber. Thank God I did. Because I did a video while sitting in my car from driving Uber that went viral and changed my life. Sometimes you getting a job is the door that the Lord is waiting to open for you.
Hello. Because let me tell you, one time when I ain't had no job, but I still had bills, because let me tell you, you ain't got no job, them bills still gonna come in. I went out there and I drove me some DoorDash and them bills got paid. Absolutely. Because, see, I ain't gonna think because, see, I used to have that mentality that, well, oh, I know, I think I'm too good for that. I ain't about to go out here and do that. But until my back was against the wall and the first was coming up, oh, no, I got a call. I said, oh, I got a call. And I was like, oh, this ain't nobody but God or whoever you believe in. I just got on YouTube one day, and I'm gonna come back on the screen, but y'all get the gist of what Tabitha Brown is saying. But I just got on YouTube one day, and a random video is like a guy DoorDash and came up. He just got fed to my FYU page, and I clicked on it, and he was talking about driving DoorDash and how that was his main job, 9 to 5, and how you could start immediately. I downloaded that DoorDash app, and I got out there and got to driving. And I kid you not, I made $100 in 45 minutes. I went out there on lunchtime. Because, see, with DoorDash, I don't know how it is now, but back when I did it a few years ago, you could start immediately. And that money started coming in. I went out there on lunchtime, made the money. I said, oh, well, let me keep going, because ditches might be it. And then when I got a job, I still did DoorDash for a little while, just like it's a little side hustle, because I just thought it was fun. Out on the weekend, I ain't had nothing to do, DoorDash. So, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know how you feel. Do you agree with Tabitha Brown? Do you think she was wrong for what she said? Because I know a lot of people do. Or do you agree with her? So, drop down in the comments. Appreciate y'all hanging out another episode of Get with Geach. And I will see y'all in the next video. Geach out.